Hello, I'm back at the Midwest Dream Car Collection getting a nice workout here with a 63 Corvette split window, and you have no idea how happy I am to be back in their new facility. I actually tried to show up a little over a month ago for their grand opening, but it was, oh, okay. I'm running out of breath here. Yeah, I tried to come here earlier for the grand opening. This is gonna be horrible for continuity because it's gonna keep spinning. I tried to come here for the grand opening at the same time as me ordering that Jeep Gladiator, but the Curator, my friend and friend of the channel, Drew Casper, decided to have a little accident. And when I mean little, you won't believe this. All right, that was a good idea in my head, but in practice, that didn't work. Now, this is Drew's dad, Dave Casper, and I actually met him for the first time in the hospital, not because of me, but because of Drew. So let's go over quickly what happened. It was quite a disaster.
It was. Drew was a passenger in a Corvette that left the track at a high rate of speed and hit a barrier, a concrete barrier at a very high rate of speed. And Drew was severely injured with neck and brain trauma.
And the term that they are throwing around was internally decapitated.
That's the harsh reality, and the term they used was internally decapitated,
which what, 90% of people die from this or more?
More than that. I think every doctor we've talked to said you typically don't get to the emergency room doors with a C1 fracture like his.
So he survived the accident, which is a miracle. He survived getting out of the car, which caught fire, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And he broke some other things, but obviously getting internally decapitated is kind of the focus of all that. So there was a surgery. He survived that, and then you have brain injuries to deal with, right?
Yes. He had some pretty severe brain trauma, along with the internal decapitation, 2 broken ribs, and a broken clavicle, and a dislocated shoulder, all on the right side.
Yeah, because the car
impacted the wall on the passenger side of the car, and he was the passenger.
I came to visit, and that's when I met you about 5 days after the accident.
Right.
When I saw him and kind of spoke to him, he opened his eyes and kind of focused for a little bit. You could tell there was definitely a fog going on. He might have moved his lips trying to say something, but there was a breathing tube. But I kind of felt like he was there. And then your wife, Connie, asked me to go on the news to talk for the family's behalf, for the Dream Car Collection's behalf. It was a little weird, but I'm happy to do it. And I thought, well, I'll be walking in here with Drew soon. I'm sure he'll be back on his feet, and I'll be back in here soon. And then you all kind of lowered my expectations a little bit, put me in a funk, because I guess the doctors were telling you this is
6 months to a year. If things turned out as we hoped, it could be 6 months to a year before he was back to himself, back working, back upright.
Or it could never be the same again.
Absolutely. There was a lot of bottom line, may never be the same situations thrown around.
Yeah, I was in a funk for about a week, but then Drew's just the miracle boy, I guess. So I don't know what you call him. He's standing behind the camera laughing. We might as well, come here, Drew, come on in. Look at this guy.
How's it going?
He's alive. It's the Wonder Kid. He has like Wolverine healing powers or something like that. And you all were working feverishly to get this thing open in time. You had a grand opening, and you missed it.
I missed it, yeah.
So that's probably the biggest bummer out of all of this, other than being stuck in this and kind of almost losing your head, right?
Right.
And your dad actually built the platforms with you, right? Some of these, yeah?
He built them, yeah.
I think you should build one more, just for like you to sit on with a throne, because I think people will want to come here and like kiss your hand or have them kiss babies and bless it, because you've got this miracle thing going on.
I realize how lucky I am, yeah, for sure.
I kind of feel bad, because when I met you when we went on this tour, back when it was in the storage building, before it was in this beautiful facility, I kind of wanted you to be dead because I wanted your job.
Yeah.
And then, you didn't have to actually try and do it. I mean, seriously.
I know.
So, this is beautiful, Drew. Take me for a tour.
Okay.
Dave, thank you.
Yeah.
Actually, I put Dad to work on the camera now. So this all looks familiar. I like the lighting. It kind of reminds me of my own Hoopty Fleet headquarters here this is just on steroids. And of course, our video, my favorite, the one we did together, the Bricklin versus the DeLorean.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they are kind of next to each other, marked with failed dreams. And you went and you wrote up all of this on the walls, all the copy for the platforms. There's tons of work.
I wrote it all, yeah.
The DeLorean, it's way nicer than mine. I wasn't gonna buy one but then I just happened to come across it at an auction, and I have no impulse control.
At the auction, I was at.
Yeah, the auction you were at. Yeah, we actually hung out at that day at the auction.
Yeah.
Yes, the Tesla Roadster, a fun car. Really enjoyed that. I've sold my Tesla since, though. Quite a display of Corvettes here, because you have the first, right?
Yep.
The 53, the 63 split window, which I tried to run around earlier, didn't do very well. ZR1, and I don't know if this triggers any PTSD with you, does it?
It does.
Because this is what you were in, not this exact car, but the same color, same ZR1 that nearly took your head off, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of it?
No, not at all.
That's probably a good thing about a brain injury, right?
I don't remember it.
Wow.
That is a good thing.
There's the Ford GT. It's my favorite. Yep, move out of the way, Drew. Car's more important.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, it's pretty impressive, because anybody who's thinking about calling in work sick because they have a little bit of a cold or something, Drew almost lost his head, and he's back at work like a month later. So suck it up, guys. Come on. It's really cool to see this all together. You could kind of see what was going on in the garage, and it was a weird mashup that really didn't make any sense. But now when you put it all together, it really is a dream car collection where you just go and you have a little bit of everything. I think this is what a lot of people would do, including me, if I could put something together like this. But I keep buying $500 junk cars and spending $10,000 fixing them and then selling them for $500. So I'll probably never get to a point where I can do this. So there's a few unique things about the dream car collections, a few first. One of the things that I like is the display here, so you can watch them working on cars, right?
So he's our mechanic, and this is his bio that's on the wall, and he'll be in the mechanics bay. Working.
Kind of like a zoo animal. I mean, people like watching reality shows of guys working on cars, the Gas Monkey and all that stuff, so why not come and see, hey, we're working on the Edsel today. Just a really brilliant idea. And then there's one other thing that the Dream Car Collection has that nowhere else in Kansas has, right?
Yeah, the beer.
Here it is, the first in Kansas, an electronic beer dispenser. Just like a soda fountain, except beer. What would you recommend? There's a picture of a car on it, so why don't we do that one?
Okay.
So I assume you card people at the door, and then you get the card, and then you can get beer and go see the cars, right?
Yeah.
And you can't drink any right now.
I'm not allowed to drink.
Because medications.
Because of medications.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
So you may have to drink more for both of us.
I got to drive, but this is actually really good. It's a great idea. It's also hilarious that the Midwest Dream Car Collection is the first place in Kansas to have its own electronic beer dispenser. But it makes sense. You can host a party here and have a beer while you walk around looking at the cars. It's a lot of fun. Well, my palate has been wettened, and that's not a word, but now I'm kind of drooling over this Packard here. I love these pre-war Packards so much. They are beautiful.
Yeah.
So Drew, I know you have a YouTube channel now for the Midwest Dream Car Collection, and once your head's fully reattached and this is off and you're back at work, then you'll be back at it. So make sure to subscribe to Drew. I would love to see a couple thousand subscribers or more come over to Drew's YouTube channel to welcome him back when he starts posting videos again. Also, please visit the Midwest Dream Car Collection here in Manhattan, Kansas, if you're in the area. It's amazing that we have this. We finally have a car museum in the Midwest that we can all go to. If you want to plan like a car club event, a short drive from Wichita, it's a beautiful drive up here, a little less than 2 hours, and took my McLaren up and had a great time. Also, you have an Instagram, right?
I do have an Instagram, yeah. Pictures of cars and all kinds of stuff that you probably want to see.
And right before your wreck, you actually had some great news for the collection. You got a Ford GT allocation, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So that's coming. Stay tuned for that. I'm sure maybe you'll let me come back when that shows up, right?
Yeah.
I definitely want to come back and film that car and some more here. So let me know. I'm going to do a pan of the cars for the end credits. Let me know which car you think is the most interesting, which one you want to film. Please subscribe to Drew's channel. Please subscribe to Please subscribe to Drew's channel. Who's the one with the head injury here? Geez, Midwest Dream Car Collection. Thank you for watching.